League has turned out. And finally, we have our 4 semi-finalists. Hello and welcome to Game of Goals. I am Khuri Irani. It's a pleasure to bring the show to you every single day, and it's always a pleasure to have in the studio Paul Macefield. Welcome to the show, Mace. First of all, that game last night in Kochi, how was it for you?
Unbelievable. It was absolutely unbelievable, but what a way to finish Season 3 of the Hero Indian Super League. An unbelievable game, an unbelievable result.
Absolutely, and so much drama and so many talking points. Plus, let me tell you what we have for you on the show today. Kerala Blasters delivered. This is the scoreline at full-time. Kerala Blasters 1, Northeast United 0. Mace, they could have actually settled for a draw and still qualified, but Kerala went for the 3 points.
I think possession, but they created the better opportunity and chances, and for me, over the 90 minutes, thoroughly deserved the victory and fully deserved the 3 points to put them into second spot in the table.
And you just said it. They created more chances. However, Northeast had more possession if you take a look at the match stats, and that is exactly how
what you sow, as it were. You know, you reap what you sow, and they just didn't go out there, in my opinion, with enough intent to win that game, Northeast.
So then the better team won, and this is how the league stage has, followed by Delhi Dynamos, and then there's Northeast United in the 5th place because Atletico de Kolkata made it to the 4th spot. But if we take a look now at which team is the return fixture, Mumbai taking on Kolkata, and 14th of December, Delhi taking on Kerala. Face, which one of the two matchups do you think over here is the tougher one?
Both of them. Draw, and also depends then on what happens on the day. Any team can beat any other team on any given day.
Absolutely, and CK Vineeth was the man behind Kerala's resurgence. The local hero rose to the occasion once again and makes it to the Amazon at just no more team lineup.
Finish from him, Couples men with 3 points.
Mace, 5 goals in 6 games. Truly, CK Vineeth was the man Steve Coppell needed to turn things around for them.
It was a boost. 24 hours on his debut appearance, then got 2 goals in the next game, and now he's put them into the semi-finals with what was a stunning piece of individual brilliance.
And one man who was in the thick of things but failed to find the back of the net was Kerala Blasters striker Kervins Belfort, and he gives us the Pons men's energizing moments of the match. The head coach of Kerala Blasters, Steve Coppell, is definitely a happy man. We caught up with the experienced Englishman after the win last night.
Against Delhi, and he knows that he'll have to get the results against them, so he will focus and concentrate on them first and then worry about the final later if the results go his way.
Well, Kerala could have actually scored the 2nd goal through Mohammad Rafi if it wasn't for TP Rahanesh's Maruti Suzuki Swift moments of the match. We also caught up with Kerala Blasters marquee player Aaron Hughes after the big win last night. This is what he had to say.
And lots to play for. We'll play tonight. Yeah, thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Well, the closest Northeast came to scoring a goal last night was this brilliant effort by Emiliano Alfaro, giving us the Samsung elegant moments of the match.
Emiliano Alfaro.
Well, if only Alfaro could have scored. The Northeast United head coach, Nello Vingada, was absolutely gutted yesterday after that loss, but he promised to mount a stronger charge next season. This is what he said.
Reiterate, the table doesn't lie, and if you don't put the wins on the board, you're going to get punished, and that's exactly what happened. They didn't deserve to qualify. It is as simple as that.
All right, well, then he thinks the better team qualified, but I want to know what the commentators thought after that game, because they could not stop talking about the brilliant atmosphere in Kochi. Here's Mark Tompkins and Ricky Herbert.
As well, so it's going to be intriguing to see what happens, but I'm going to stick with Delhi.
All right, well, in 65 days, in 56 matches, we witnessed 134 goals, and we've put some of the best goals together. Take a look.
But for me, team-wise, that one's mine.
Absolutely. Well, in a tournament where so many top goals have been scored, let's spare a thought for the men who wear the gloves over there. Some great goalkeeping efforts also in this season of the Hero Indian Super League. Take a look at some of the best ones. But today, the fourth semi-finalist will be decided. Hello and welcome to Game of Goals. I'm Khuri Irani. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday on this show. And it's always a pleasure to have in the studio with me Ashley Westwood. Welcome, Ash. Ash, last night, Mumbai and Delhi, 0-0 draw. What did you make of it? Did you expect that scoreline?
No, I just thought 10 days, so they needed a little bit of match sharpness.
Absolutely. But there's lots more. We will be talking about the game that happened last night. And, of course, we will be talking about the big game today. Let me tell you what we have for you on today's show.
Sort of like stumbled across a formation as it's built on. When Sunil Chetri came back, he managed to find his, interchangeable front three. And they've got stronger and stronger for sure.
And, Ash, it looks like, if you take a look at the match stats, the team that has scored the most goals in the league
runs. So they changed and they tried a few different things. So I won't look too much into them not scoring any goals. They're still a great side and they still scored 27 goals. And
Mumbai is on top of the table. Delhi currently stands on the second place. Would you say these were
a long way?
All right. Well, the closest Mumbai came yesterday to scoring a goal was this brilliant effort by Cafu, and that makes it the Samsung elegant moments of the match.
Foul on Cafu, says the referee, and now the counter is on.
And Cafu's head coach, Alexander Guimaraes, was happy with the draw. At least he was happy that they finished on top of the table. We caught up with him after the game.
Give them the freedom to roam, Cafu coming from midfield, and all of a sudden they look like a decent side.
And Guimaraes also mentioned how impressed he's been with Udanta Singh. The 20-year-old made his ISL debut last night, and he also makes it to the Amazon Just No More team lineup.
I'm sure now he's going to go from strength to strength and have a real bright future. He learned how to shield the ball, he learned how to, defend the ball in a physical part of the game. And I'm sure now he's going to go from strength to strength and have a real bright future.
Absolutely. We certainly hope so, because we caught up with the young India international after the match, and this is what he had to say.
Second half में खेल पाया अच्छा.
Mumbai could have taken the lead just before half-time if it hadn't been for this brilliant save by Antonio Doblas, making it the Maruti Suzuki Swift moment of the match.
In Goa, and I think this season is different.
Well, hopefully it'll be a great year for Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The closest Delhi came to adding to their tally of 27 goals was in the 72nd minute through Bruno Pelissari, and he makes it the Pons men's energizing moments of the match.
And they'll be right, and they'll be a fire in for the semi-finals, I'm sure.
All right, our reporter caught up with Delhi defender David Addy after the game, and he said they've got to keep things tidy at the back. Take a look.
Both times.
And hopefully get something, big.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
David Addy there stressing the importance of a teamwork. Well, Mumbai and Delhi have finished with their league stage matches, but the fourth Irani and Ashley Westwood. Ash, it has actually come down to the wire. When they met earlier, Northeast won the match 1-0. But it's more like tonight Kerala can just go for a draw and still qualify.
Yeah, they can. It'll be interesting. You've just got to go and try and win the game, simple as that.
And Northeast as well?
Northeast, well, they definitely have to win the game, so they may have to change their philosophy a little bit because they have been quite difficult.
We heard Ash's views. Now let's hear from both the head coaches going into tonight's game.
The pressure's on Northeast. Northeast are the ones that have to go and win. Northeast are the ones that aren't in fantastic form. They don't score loads of goals. So for me, the pressure's certainly on Northeast.
Absolutely, because they have to win this. Well, one man who has become a hero for the Kerala fans is Aaron Hughes. We caught up with Kerala Blasters' marquee player going into this game.
Progress, if you like, if they do get there.
Absolutely. Well, we know that Kerala Blasters can settle for a draw and still make it to the semi-finals. But here's a piece of advice from former England international Russell Osman for his fellow countryman Steve Coppell. He's in conversation with Andy Pascalidis.
What you're
Pitch, Velez misses out, then they're going to be struggling in that department. Ramaric, possibly Alfaro. Apart from that, it'll be tough. So I'm going to say draw.
Oh, but by saying a draw, that means Kerala goes into the fourth spot of the semi. And deliver. delivered an absolute goal fest. Hello and welcome to Game of Goals. I'm Khuri Irani. It's a pleasure to have you join me today on the show, and it's always such a pleasure to have in the studio Ashley Westwood. Welcome, Ash. Ash, did you enjoy the absolute 9-goal fest last night?
Yeah, I think anyone injury time was fantastic, and what a night.
Highly unexpected, and it was quite a thriller. We saw 9 goals yesterday. Indian stars were shining. In case you want to know what else we have on the show for you today, here's what's coming up.
Anymore. It had everything in the games, like you say, 9 goals, it had mistakes, it had passion, it had flair, and it was a thoroughly entertaining game. You know, the stats obviously back that up as well.
Exactly. Let's look at the stats since you mentioned it. Just look at the number of chances.
Like no pressure, if you like, a bit of freedom to go and express yourself, and it was nice to see. You know, 9 goals. I keep mentioning 9 goals, but you don't see 9 goals in a game very too often.
We really enjoyed that. Well, Goa couldn't avoid the wooden spoon. Chennai FC finished on the 7th space.
It's fantastic, but you know, the one last night, we'll go back to that last night, it was about pride, it was about the managers giving a good account on themselves to give them the chance to come back next season.
Absolutely, and it was Sahil Tavora's brace that set up that win for FC Goa. The local hero makes it to the Amazon Just No More team lineup.
Nice technique, great strike off the far post.
It was a great story indeed. A local hero wins it for his home team in front of his family and fans. Our reporter caught up with him after the game.
He needs to go and get another club. He needs to play consistently and keep learning, keep playing your trade if you like, and you'll get stronger, you'll get better, and it just comes down to more game time.
And another Indian player who has been creating ripples is Chennai FC's 18-year-old Jerry, and he makes it to the Samsung Elegant Moments of the Match.
Shows you the quality he's got. Oh my goodness.
What a great goal by the 18-year-old youngster. He spoke to us after the match, and this is what he had to say.
18 games this season, you know, he's featured in 13, which shows a good level of consistency, and it was nice to see him take the free kick. To get the responsibility to take that is fantastic.
Yeah, and Jerry's teammate Daniel played the perfect ball for Dudu to make it the Maruti Suzuki Swift moment of the match. FC Goa, though, ended up winning the game because of the brace from the Brazilian Rafael Coelho, making it the Pons men's energizing moments of the match.
Yet again, playing on shoulders, getting in, finding the corners of the goal. It's always a great skill to have. Goalkeeper, no chance.
It's so good to have your views on things, Ash, but it's also great to have the views of the commentators. Andrew Pascalidis and Russell Osman were right there in the thick of things in Goa.
You're going to get your head shaved, pal.
Thank you, Andy and Russell, for that. Well, while Goa's season ended on a high, FC Pune City will be hoping for similar luck tonight when they go to... When these two teams met earlier in the season, FC Pune City won the game 2-1. But tonight, it's all going to be about Habas returning to his old stomping ground.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting. Probably come up with different strategies, but at the end of the day, it's a nice occasion. Always going back to your club, but even more, you know, if you've gone there and won trophies, it'll be a good feeling for him.
Absolutely, and we certainly hope to see him back next year. We caught up with his counterpart, Jose Molina, who replaced him at Atletico de Kolkata, along with the marquee player, Helder Postiga. This is what they had to say.
With honor.
All right, now that we've heard from both the head coaches, there is one coach over here with me, Ashley Westwood, whose opinion matters to me more than anyone else's. So, like we've always said, the Hero Indian Super League is committed to unearthing the new stars of Indian football. We've definitely seen some stars emerging this season, so we're going to have a little fun. I've asked Ash to pick his ISL 2016 Indian 11. So, Ash, walk me through the players you've chosen and tell me why you chose them.
Yeah, I think the main... and he's going to be a fantastic find for Indian football.
All right, so this is the ISL 2016 Ashley Westwood starting 11. But Ash, anyone you think you're missing out on? I mean, if you had more players to choose, you think you're missing anyone?
There's no coach there, is there? So
sure you've enjoyed watching it as much as we've enjoyed bringing you all the news, views, all the live action, and that's exactly what we're going to do once again today. Hello and welcome to Game of Goals. I'm Khuri Irani, and it's my absolute pleasure to have in the studio with me today Paul Macefield. Mace, first off, did you enjoy the game last night?
I really did, yeah. Super League, and you know, because it's coming to the business end of the season, everyone is desperate for the points, and that showed through last night.
And it sure is getting tighter. We will be talking about that game and more. Let me tell you what we have for you on the show today.
Practically, it's going to be a tough ask against Mumbai, so don't be surprised if we see Marco Materazzi tinker and say, OK, we're going to come here, take a point and bank on the last two games.
All right, well, Chennai were a goal down, and it would have spelt doom for them if not for Davide Suchi's header that put them right back on level terms, and that's why it is the Maruti Suzuki Swift moment of the match. Right there with the fans. So he swapped the comfort of the VIP sofa and chose to sit on the wall that divides the fans from the VIP box. We caught up with him after the match.
Crucial, and just think about the process more than the result. The result will follow. If you're taking care of the small things, you'll get result in your favor.
Well, that's great advice. Thank you so much for talking to us.
My pleasure.
Dhoni talked about the atmosphere at the ground, and it was helped in no small measure by Daniel coming on for an injured JJ, and he makes it to the Ponds men energizing moment of the match.
He's hosting his press conferences in such a way.
Yeah, they are starting to feel the pressure. Well, moving on to Kolkata now. Going into this game, Josie Molina had hinted that Helde Postiga might be rested due to his exertions. Well, that was not the case. He played, and how? And he makes it to the Amazon Just No More team lineup.
But I'll settle for a point, and we've still got 3 more games to go, and we're above Chennai as well. It was a big night for ATK last night. Managed right in the end.
2 goals last night took the tally to a total of 18 goals scored in 6 games this week in the Hero India. All right, let's have some fun now and let's revisit some of the best goals of the league this season.
So they'll be banking on those 3 to really work and get all 3 points against Pune City.
All right, well, Robin Gurung has been a part of North East United FC for 3 years now. So when he says things are a little different this year, we have to believe him. And he still believes North East United have it in them to make it to the playoffs. Let's hear from him now. Everything that is happening in the new season of the Hero Indian Super League, just as it is happening. It is my absolute pleasure to bring you up to date with the latest of Season 3 of Hero ISL. My name is Khuri Irani, and it is a pleasure, as always, to have in the studio Ricky Herbert. Ricky, how do you feel going into the 3rd season?
Look, I think it's outstanding, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be a fantastic year.
All right, and this is what we have on the show today for you. The stage is set for the clash of the champions in Kolkata. It was a spectacular opening ceremony last night in Guwahati. There were some big names, some famous faces, and for those of you who missed it, here are some of the special moments.
An array of cricket icons. I mean, it was just spectacular. You could argue it was the best one to date.
It definitely was the best one to date. Well, while the stars dazzled in the opening ceremony, the Japanese footballer Katsumi starred for North East United. It was a thoroughly great debut for him in the Indian Super League. For those of you who missed the match, here are the highlights.
Just getting that adjustment right, making sure that all the synergies are going to come together and look really perfect and spot on the night.
All right, and we do have the match stats. Ricky, tell me, what is that 1 point? All right, and the one man who was on target for North East United, Katsumi Yusa, makes it to the Maruti Suzuki Swift moment of the match. And the man who set up that all-important goal, Nico Velez, makes it to our Amazon Just No More team lineup. Well, I'm sure we had a very happy John Abraham after that result. In fact, our reporter caught up with him after the match and the win.
With me is the...
It's always been a tough opponent, and we need to beat them.
With the matches coming thick and fast, it's so important to stay fit. All the best to you and the team.
Thank you, thank you.
A very happy Northeast United owner there, John Abraham. Well, it's time for a short break on the show. Champions Chennai FC, and that will be live at 6:30 p.m. tonight across the Star Network. This one is going to be the biggest match yet. For the first time in history, two champions go head to head. Well, Ricky, Atletico de Kolkata till now have been unbeaten at home against Chennai, but now they have a new home. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, look, 6 games, too strong for the Chennai side.
All right, and of course, Atletico de Kolkata have new coach Jose Molina, the Spaniard, going up against Marco Materazzi, who returns to Chennai for the 3rd season. Let's hear from both the head coaches now. They say the best hunt in pairs. Let's hear from Atletico de Kolkata's sharpshooters, Helder Postiga and Ian Hume.
Understand the manager's strategy, the way he wants him to play.
All right.
It's in the mix. It'll be a tough choice. Game 1.
Well, for sure. Well, we do have Kolkata's probable formation, Ricky. This is how we think the team will line up, if you'll take us through.
Hume is there. He's got great physical attributes. I think he'll be an inspiration to play in the 10 position.
All right, well, the pair who will be responsible to stop the pairing of Hume and Postiga is the very dependable Chennai back wall of John Arnorisa and Bernard Mendy. Let's hear from them now.
Sensation, isn't he? You've only got to look at what the Indian Super League has done for JJ. I think the 2 seasons have really produced a very, very talented Indian striker.
All right, well, let's hear from the man himself, JJ.
Advantage, 80k by 1.
Again, you think 80k is going to seal it? Well, you heard it from the man himself. It is the big one, the mouth-watering clash of the two champions, and it will be live tonight across the Star Network at 6:30 p.m. Thank you so much for joining us, Ricky. It was great to have you on the show. Thank you so much. It's always great to have you all on the show. We'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.